Will you marry me? Baby, look at me. Will you? Nah, that's too cocky. Will you marry me? Will you marry me? That's way too desperate. Now, baby. Will you marry me?
You are now watching Peniel XO TV.
What's good, XO family? This is your boy, your host, your cousin, your nephew, Kenyel. Don't forget the XO. I'm very excited today because this is the very first episode of the Digital Diary series. It's going to be me just sitting and talking to you about things that are going on within my life or events that are taking place in the world. People have been asking for me to have just a sit down, me in front of the camera type of vibe. So let's just see how far we can go with this, all right? Yes, sir. So for episode 1, I wanted to talk about a special event that took place in my life on November the 24th. I got engaged. And as you can see from the title, why I proposed what this video will be about, I just wanted to sit down and kind of reminisce in a way and talk about the process and what I was going through on that day and the nerves that started to come out of nowhere, and then kind of backtrack and tell you how I got to this point. So everyone watching this knows that it's very important to have good vibes around you, good energy. So when you're talking about bringing another individual into your life, you want to have someone who can reverse the stress that goes on throughout your day-to-day activities. You don't want to be stressed at work and come back home and it's 10 times worse. You don't want that. You want someone who can just tell you that everything will be okay. And I found that. I didn't think I would, crazy enough. You see all of these couples that have been together since they were 19, 20 years old, and you start to wonder, like, is my time slipping away? I mean, I'm human. I've had those thoughts. Is my time slipping away? And I've dealt with women who I thought possibly could be the one, and it turned out, nah, chief, that ain't it. So you live and you learn. You gotta go through experiences. You gotta go through your downs to really appreciate your ups. I found someone who motivated me. It was just a different type of feeling when I found her, because I found her. He that findeth a good wife. Oh, don't let me start preaching it here. But when I found her, it was just a different type of vibe, a different type of energy. I was looking for red flags first week, second week, first month, second month, and nothing showed up. I was just thinking, like, there's gotta be something wrong, which is a terrible mindset to have. But if you've been what I've been through, and you've dealt with some of the individuals that I've dealt with, then you can see where I'm coming from. But when I met her, I was just wondering, what is this? Like, why is she so different than all of these other women that I've dealt with in the past? But I was patient. I took my time, and I wanted to really get to know her, because you have to really sit and listen to someone to get to know them. Some people just like to go out on dates and they just want to tell them what they got going on. But it's really the best method to just sit and listen. Just listen. Listen to what they like. Listen to what they don't like. Listen about their family. Just listen. But I want to stop and say that I was ready because I've spent time with myself. Some people have to be single for a while. Like, I'm not gonna name any names, but I know someone who, ever since I've known her, she's always had a boyfriend. Like, they would date 1 year, 2 years, break up, then a week later she has another boyfriend that's long term. Take your time and know yourself, love yourself. You don't need someone else to make you happy. All right, just understand that you can be happy on your own for a certain period. All right, I'll say that, for a certain period of time. Just enjoy yourself. You don't need someone to make you happy. So like I was saying, it was a different vibe. It was just something that I never experienced before in a relationship. And that was one of the first signs that I knew that this could be something special. She literally became my best friend. Someone who, if anything happened in my day, she was the first to know. And it was a different type of love, a different type of friendship that I've never experienced before. I remember I was watching this Michelle Obama interview, and she was talking about Barack, and she was saying that of course she loves him, but she likes him too. Like, she likes him. Because some people, they love that person, but they don't really like him. And that's not somewhere I want to be. So I loved her, and I also liked being around her. You know, she wasn't a burden in my life, or she wasn't someone who, when she texts me or when she called me, I roll my eyes like, here we go again. It was not that type of vibe. So after a few months with no red flags, I guess she got a check in that category of not being crazy. She's crazy, right? Like, you gotta go through checks of, is she crazy in 2019? But that's neither here nor there. The second, I guess you would say, test was her meeting the parents. And you're gonna ask my people, I don't just bring anybody around. I don't just bring anybody to the house. I don't do that. So it just felt right. I just wanted to see the vibe that my parents would give off. And they met her, and then they immediately fell in love with her. It's just like the daughter they always wanted. So that was the second check. That was the second check that I kind of had a hint of her being the one. And the last and final check, when I knew that she was the one, she seemed to always put others first and put me first in anything that I had going on. She was super supportive, always had a heart of giving, and that's something that attracts me to her. So I knew she was the one. I've been telling my friends, to quote the great Jay-Z, only thing missing is a missus. And that's what I was missing. So I had to get my mind right, to kind of shift and think for not just me, but for another person as well. Because when you get married, you bring in another person. Like we were saying earlier about the vibes and the energy that you're bringing into your life. And I just knew she would be the perfect person. So fast forward a few months to the day I decided to propose. November the 24th, 2019. I wasn't really nervous. I knew she was gonna say yeah. I mean, come on now. But I wasn't nervous until about 30 minutes prior to me asking the question. I don't know why I was getting nervous. I started to sweat. My heart was beating fast. I gave her a hug, but it was a real quick one because I didn't want her to feel my heart beating out of my chest. But I had a small gathering. It was just my immediate family, my mom, dad, and brother, and her mom and her sister. I was nervous, and it was supposed to be a little Thanksgiving get-together for just our families, which is the Sunday before the actual Thanksgiving day. And I had it all set up how I wanted to do it, and I told my parents we're gonna pray, and then we're gonna go around the room and say what we're thankful for. And I'll go last, of course, because yeah. So they all went around and they said what they were thankful for, and then I went last, and I was saying that, you know, I have the best parents in the world. I couldn't ask for a better set of parents. I have the best brother in the world, KJTV. Go to his YouTube channel, subscribe, yes sir. But I couldn't ask for a better brother. Then her mother and sister were there, and I said I couldn't ask for a better mother-in-law and little sister. And she was last, and I said, babe, I love you. I can't ask for a better girlfriend, but what I can ask, yeah, you like that, right? But what I can ask is, will you marry me? Yep, that was a beautiful moment, a moment that I will never, ever, ever forget until the day I die, and that's no L-I-E. But I do have the footage, but with her, she's just that one special being that I want to keep a little private. I might release it later on, but probably not. It was just such a special moment between us that I will always cherish, and I'll always, like I said, I will always keep in my heart. So as of now, we're shooting for June of 2020 for our wedding ceremony. Yes, I'll be seeing clear vision in 2020. Super excited. So just stay tuned, and more updates will follow. Thank you for tuning in to my very first episode of my digital diary series, Ask and Ye Shall Receive. This is me kind of opening up to you guys and letting you in on my life a little bit. So thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and send it to 3 people. That's the new thing I'm gonna try to get y'all to do. Send it to 3 people. All right, y'all be cool.